Okay,
All right.
Patrick, I'm gonna have you do the first views and so we have the election of officers.
Sure, let's go ahead and do the pledge, I guess, and if everyone wouldn't mind standing. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag of the United States of America and under
Invisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so that being said, the first thing we'll do is take roll. And then we'll go ahead and do the reorganization. So Aleppo Township. What's that?
Somebody has a question.
I don't know. I think maybe that was just background noise. Avalon,
present.
Bell Acres. Bellevue,
Here.
Ben Avon,
Here.
Edgeworth, Emsworth, Glen Osborne,
Here,
Hayesville,
Here.
Buck,
Here.
Leet,
Here.
Leedsdale, Sewickley, and Sewickley Heights.
Here.
That's a quorum.
that's great.
So the first thing we'll do is the reorganization for 2023. So this is something we do every year, the election of officers. So the first thing would be if anyone would be interested in nominating any of our board members for president. We'll field recommendations.
I would nominate Barbara Carrier for president.
Okay, so Barbara Carrier from Glen Osborne has been nominated. Is anyone else interested in nominating anyone for board of president?
You should get a second for that.
Oh, can I get a second for the nomination?
Second.
Okay. So Julie's first, Art second. Anyone of them else interested in nominating anyone for president of the board?
I move to close the nomination.
Okay. Can you get a second? All right, anyone opposed to closing the vote for president of the board? All right, anyone would like to, so that's a voice vote, right? So
Yeah.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, Barbara, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the confidence.
Another landslide.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a real landslide.
Before I say anything, I have never really thanked John Sebastian for all his work in the as president for all those years, so I'd like to thank him for what he has done and how he's helped make the cog what it is today. So thank you, John Sebastian.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I will take nominations for vice president. Can I nominate? I would like to nominate Julie Barnes. Is there,
Joseph Kilbuck, I'll second that.
okay? Any other nominations for vice president? Okay,
Move the nominations be closed.
nominations are now closed. All those in favor of Julie Barnes as vice president signify by saying aye.
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 There you go, Joe. And
Another
and
landslide. Wow.
there we go.
This is impressive.
Let's see if we can do three. Our last officer would be treasurer. I'll take nominations for treasurer. Okay. Okay.
Who's our current treasurer?
John Schwen.
See, willing to second.
I did not hear otherwise. We did meet,
Yes.
and I think he was interested in retaining that if that's something that someone knew.
I'd move to nominate John Schwan. Second.
Okay. Is there moved and second nomination for treasurer, John Schwen? Is there any other nominations for treasurer? I don't see anybody, and Patrick, you have a better online view.
Yep, no comments
Okay,
on the chat.
Make a motion to close the nomination.
nominations are now closed. All those who are in favor of John Schwen serving another year as treasurer signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, election of officers is now closed. I must say, having worked with this group last year, it's a very good group of people to work with, and I am proud to work with them again. Okay? Is there, we have no guests, is there any? Oh, hi. Would you like to say something, or? Okay. Well, thank you, and glad to have you here. Okay, the next item on our agenda is approval of the December 21st, 2022 meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those, discussion of the minutes, any correction of those minutes? Doesn't seem. I will then take a vote in accepting the December 21st, 2022 meeting minutes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, we're moving once again very quickly through all this. Okay, the next item is approval of our December financial reports, unpaid bill list, and payroll summary. Do you have, Patrick, do you have anything you would like to point out or comment upon?
So there, in your budget in the packet, there won't be a huge difference between November and December. I would note though, one of the outstanding items that was brought up a few times in the last few months is the Allegheny County administrative payments. So we did receive a chunk of that. There was two different pockets of money. One's the annual $7,500 that all COGS and the county get. The other is our administrative funding for CD year 47. So we got that $7,500 deposited. That's not reflected in your current packets. That'll be on the January report. Still awaiting the last administrative payment for CD year 47. I think we're on the right track. I've been talking with our project manager and his manager in the last few weeks. I think we're on the right track. It's just nothing moves quickly with Allegheny County economic development. So fingers crossed we get that in the next week or so. But other than that, like you mentioned last month, the budget tracked where we thought it would. No surprises. Pretty happy with where we are.
That'll bring the revenue gap close.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another $30,000 and $7,000 on top of that. And then for this year, hopefully we don't have those delays and we'll be able to, track a little more accurately as opposed to what we saw this year.
Okay, any other comments on the financial reports or the bills? Okay, I'll take a motion to approve the December financial reports, the unpaid bill list, and the payables. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Any discussion about the bills?
What do you mean by it wasn't correct?
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor of approving the financial reports, the unpaid bills, and the payroll summary signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, moving on to the president's report. I have to say that I am excited about the upcoming year. I'm looking back at last year. I'm happy with the glass recycling. I think that's one of the biggest accomplishments we've done. The other one is in my opinion, the police council also. And I've enjoyed especially the comments, from the individual delegates that have commented on either the citizen no longer being there or situations in their communities, which they got feedback from the group. In this group, there's very multi-talented people with experience and people that are just new on the boards or have not served for a long time. All in all, I must say to every delegate, this is a commitment, and I have always believed in municipalities cooperating with each other and working with each other to get more done. And once you get to know one another, if there is a situation that occurs, which it usually does, when you have a face and you know that person, it's always easier to resolve that issue. And also I must thank Patrick for all his work. There's never been a time when we have discussed anything with Patrick that he has said, well, maybe there's a few things that he said, well. But other than that, he has always gone forth with a positive attitude and has gotten things done in a timely manner. So thank you, Patrick, for your leadership.
Appreciate the kind words.
And that is my president's report.
I think next up's for Route 65. I just wanted to give everyone an update. You know, one of the main movers of the last study was Michael Baker International. They are a very, very highly respected engineering firm, deal with traffic and infrastructure all across the region and all across the country. So I've been talking with our representative, Peter from Michael Baker, to see if there's a way for us to engage in a conversation with the Southwest Planning Commission, who's really the mechanism that does the large infrastructure from start to finish, right? And I think there's an opportunity for us to act as the glue for our region, to show them what we've been able to do with the study and to see where they can take it, you know, with our help to facilitate meetings and engaging with communities. It's going to take time. Obviously, it's a big lift, but still waiting to hear back from Peter and SPC. But I'm hopeful that in the new year here, we can get started with a meeting and see where we can go in the new year.
I think you need kind of be very endorsement to get any funding, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely part of it.
When they did the lion's share of the work, so they're invested in that. I mean, they don't want to see it fizzle out either.
Oh, it's a huge payday for them if this does move forward too. So
Right.
there's incentive for
Right.
them or another engineering firm to
There's
move
a
forward.
lot of transportation funding opportunities too.
And I think this is a good time to do something like this to begin. Thank you. And if you could continue to contact Michael Baker,
Mhm.
that would be great. And set up a meeting. I think we have a committee, Julie, or a rough committee.
We do have a rough committee, yeah, so we can meet with Peter, or even just the two of us, or the three of us could meet with Peter, and would be a start.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Patrick, if you could see if you could arrange that.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay,
Um,
we're on to the CDBG status report.
So yeah, a couple outstanding projects. I think all of them are in Bellevue for the most part. Yeah, they're all in Bellevue. So we're working with the Bellevue staff, their engineers, and the county to get these across the finish line. Everything with the exception of the streetscape project, they're all done. These two demolitions and the retaining wall project, they're complete. It's just some paperwork that needs finalized, some approvals and some final sign-offs. So that's good. The next chunk of project, CD year 48, which we're in now, we're still awaiting our contract through the county. So again, we're hopeful that is done in the next week or so. All we can do is wait. So once that's done, we can get these projects started, as far as the bidding process. So when the spring comes, the work can get started. So hopeful with that. And that's all I have for the CDBG report.
Okay, any questions or discussions? No, okay. We move on to the executive director.
Okay, so just want to give everyone an invitation. We'll be getting together here in the same room on the 16th of February, 11 a.m. So Civic Mapper, who's our GIS consultant, will be demonstrating a couple of our new maps that we've put together. In particular, it's a road ownership map. So we've worked to try to figure out, who owns what. Your residents might call, there might be a dead deer on the road. Whose responsibility is it to pick it up? Or a pothole might be there, right? And you could show them on a map or just pull up the map for your staff and type in the address of the road, shows you if it's owned by the county, municipality, state, or if it's private. So we've put that together. It's available on our website now. That's going to be one of the main demonstration points, but we also just want to facilitate conversation. We have our consultant available for all of our communities. We no longer sell the licenses, but we do have that service. So if you do have a GIS license, we can offer Matt services to work on projects for you. So just an opportunity to get together and talk about mapping. So hopefully we get a nice turnout for that. Next thing I wanted to bring up is happy to announce this region was selected by Tree Pittsburgh for a tree adoption event. So the Sewickley Civic Garden Council has their annual May Mart, and that event's going to be partnered with this tree adoption event. So the trees are available for free. And it's all online as far as reserving the tree, the species you want. There's a little description on the website. You know, this grows this high, it's good for this climate, this soil, whatever. And you know, we were one of the few events in the whole region that are gonna be picked for this. So as the weeks get closer here, we're gonna have more information. The website's not live for our event, but I want to make sure everyone's, you know, aware that this is happening. This is for anyone, you know, private ownership for trees. So you know, once the details come out, please advertise us in your communities. I think it's going to be a big hit. Next up, we have a mobile fingerprint scanner. This is a program through the PA Police Chiefs Association that provides the hardware for police departments that need this equipment. So this is something that was brought up by a few of our police departments. We decided to throw our hat in the ring to see if we would be selected, and we weren't. So we were actually recognized as one of the only joint applications in the whole state for equipment, and the PA Police Chiefs Association noted that and congratulated us on our intergovernmental cooperation. So we did budget for the maintenance of the actual product. It's $990 a year. That includes the cell phone service and the annual software maintenance through the PA Police Chiefs. So we'll be getting together with our police chiefs group on the 26th to determine the home for this unit. Once that's figured out, we can go ahead and complete the paperwork and get the unit ordered. So really excited for that. Glass dumpster update, and this is ever changing, right? We're actually expecting this, you know, some new information on this front with our friends at Waste Management next week as well. So to date, we've recycled 69 tons of glass approximately for the 8 months we've had the product. 2 units, right? One in Avalon, one in Sewickley. It's been a great success, no complaints at all. But as everything is rising in costs, so is this service. So Michael Brothers has quoted us at $320 per pool, which is an increase of $50 over our current $270. So extrapolating that over the course of a year, it's 26 pools that we estimate, kind of tracking where we are now. It's $1,300 increase. And what we're proposing to do is just use our recycling fund, which is for joint recycling projects in a region, to cover that cost, so the municipalities don't see an increase in their participation.
Yeah, it's so like we're right.
Noted.
What do you think? Some more about.
A program with our,
I like what you
it looks like class might be going back in.
have.
I'll be meeting with Michael Christ and his team next week to figure out what's going on in that front. So,
Yeah.
There's a market for glass. Who
There
knew?
So-
Yeah.
take all the information out with a grain of salt, because information is changing every minute, yes, but
Yeah.
assuming that we would keep this program, that's what I'm proposing here. Just using our joint recycling fund to cover that cost. So
And also, I'm sorry, Patrick, it's Roberta and Avalon. You cut out a little bit there. We got the pamphlet in the mail that has the schedule on it, and it is showing that Waste Management is taking glass now.
that's where this whole thing
Which
arose.
I heard was a big surprise for people on our side, and also people in the Waste Management side were also taken aback by this information.
Yes,
Yeah.
the communication hasn't been very clear. That's why we're gonna meet next week and see if we can get all the details. It looks like it's gonna be accepted. Now, our contract doesn't say it is. They're not, from what I'm aware, they're not gonna charge us anymore, but it's, I want to figure out all those details before I come out and announce anything formally. So
Right.
act like you don't know that, but kind of put that in the back of your head.
Be curious to know what they're gonna do with it,
Yeah,
or they just pick it up because they make it yelled
right.
at by.
I agree, because at least we know right now that it's being
Yeah.
recycled.
That would
Yeah.
be a thing.
I'm sorry, Patrick, can I ask a couple more questions about Waste Management while we're on this
Yeah,
subject?
sure thing, yeah.
They always seem to be a big subject in our meetings, but so some local people were asking, first of all, when is this contract up with Waste Management?
2026.
Oh, good Lord. Because somebody mentioned that some other boroughs, I think perhaps in the South, had a senior citizens discount, and why didn't we, which I didn't know the answer. And I guess it will be a long way off till we can renegotiate that. And my other question was, what is the quickest way for a community member to have their garbage picked up or complain that it hasn't been picked up when it's scheduled? Because obviously us calling in it's a huge like mess of phone banking and numbers and et cetera.
Yeah, we'll tackle the last question first. The easiest way is to call the borough. So the borough, Leanne and Lorraine, they have channels via email to the dispatching office. Every time they email waste management, we are notified as well. We track that in our own way. But the quickest way to make sure it's picked up that day, while the 1-800 number is available, that's fine. It's not the fastest way. And a lot of times we see when the 1-800 centers are called, sometimes there's gaps in the service and those issues don't get fixed. So the easiest way to make sure it's documented on our end, where we have some accountability with waste management, and to make sure it's picked up by your local rep, is to email the borough or township.
And so then that triggers a notification to you as well, you said.
Should, yeah. So every time that your municipality is notified, they're supposed to email the dispatching office and email me as well. Now,
Okay.
does that happen every time? No, but that's what's supposed to happen. That's the best way to go about it.
Okay. Thank you.
I wanted to mention what we found out about a senior citizens discount, because this came up at Lee Township. Somebody came from Ferris and says, hey, it's right against Ambridge, you know, and Ambridge, they get a senior citizens discount. They have waste management. So we dug into it. We found out that what Ambridge does is they get the bill from waste management for so many units. They then put it on their water and sewer bill. The bill, they offer the senior citizens discount,
Not waste
not
management.
waste management. So that's what it was in there. I don't know what's going on anywhere else.
Yeah.
It wasn't waste management.
And I can't speak to different contracts, but ours does not include a special senior citizens discount. I would know.
I'm sorry, did you say Ambridge for that? Was the community passing that on?
They're paying a bill to waste management, so just like us, that, yeah, $75 a quart, whatever. But they are eating some of that by giving a senior citizen discount, Ambridge Borough.
Ambridge. Okay, thank you.
Not waste management.
Oh, not waste management.
And if you think about it, I mean, I'm a senior citizen too, but if somebody's gonna give me a discount, somebody else is gonna pay for that, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be spread over
Yeah.
people, so I know, it's a tough one.
You know, just to kind of highlight, you know, just no increase is a good increase, but our increase that we saw in our contract is considerably lower than the increases we're seeing in the current contracts being negotiated in the North Hills cog and the South
Yeah.
Hills cog.
Right.
They're seeing increases of almost double. Our bills, you know, maybe $2 or $3, in some cases $4, you know, from 2021 to 2022. We're seeing prices that are double in these new contracts. So we're good for the next 3 years. We'll start diving into it then as far as negotiating a new one. There's some big changes on the horizon. I'm glad we don't have to deal with it now, but one day soon we will be. So just, again, put that in the back of your heads.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Let's see, last but not least, so the LGA Municipal Intern Program is accepting applications now through February 15th. So it is a pretty tight window there, but I'd be happy to help anyone that has an application in mind. I've applied for 3 or 4 of these over the years. I was a municipal intern, so I have a good idea what they're looking for as far as applications. It's a very competitive process. Only about 12 sites are selected, but hoping we can get a couple here in our region. And again, if you guys are thinking about it, I think it's a great idea to throw your hat in the ring, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
Is it a matching?
It's 50%, yeah. And this year, there's something new. There's a new facet to it. So local government academies program pays $11 for undergraduates, 12 for graduate students, right? You have to match 50% of that. If your municipality wants to pay more than that, which is what I think we're going to be seeing a lot of, it's going to be a competitive pool. You know, if you wanted to pay $15 or $16 an hour, that's fine. Local government's only going to match 50% of that, 12 or 11, right? So the municipality can bump it up if it's something that it's going to help attract the talent that you guys want to get. So it's a new little wrinkle in it this year.
Hmm,
So that's all I have for the report this month.
okay. On to new business.
So just housekeeping here for CDBG. Every year we have to pass a resolution for our administrative funding. This just gets the contract basically underway with the county. The resolution is included in the packet. It's nothing new, just basic housekeeping. So we're applying for 47,000. It's just the floor. We might not actually get that full 47. It's just based on how much time I put towards the program, and it's based on a ratio. But that's it.
Okay. I'll take a motion to approve the concurring resolution.
Is that, can you lower them?
Okay, is there a
So
motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. Second part of new business is approval of an agreement with Case Sabatini to perform the 2022 annual audit.
Some more housekeeping here. Every January since 2014, Case Sabatini's submitted a letter outlining a proposal to perform the annual audit. The annual audit's a requirement for the CDBG program. Obviously, it's great, best practice to do it as an organization, but we're not required to outside of the CDBG realm. Since 2014, as I mentioned, they've been our auditing firm. Really good relationship with them over the years. The county has given us high marks in the product they've prepared. I'm just proposing that we move forward. They proposed a quote at $3,675. I actually went back over the years looking at the invoices. So 10 years ago, they were charging us $3,000. So over 10 years, it's gone up to $675. It's pretty unheard of.
Did I
So
get it done on time?
Send them a check before they change their mind.
Yeah.
so
I would move to.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of appointing Case Sabatini to perform our 2022 annual audit, signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, now we're on to old business.
nothing.
Something I will mention is, and we've talked about this before, is getting together as delegates informally. And we hope to set that up sometime in February. Patrick will let us know maybe a time and a place, just so we get to know each other than a face on the computer. It's nice to have an informal meet and greet. So we're working on that at this point.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll send out an email to the group. I think we have an idea of who all of our board members are after they've been reappointed by their councils and boards. So keep an eye on your email. I'll have a few dates in mind, probably something after work, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. Obviously we have pretty long corridor here. So this year we might set up in one area and the next year we'll go to the other. So we'll bounce back and forth. So please don't take any offense with the suggestion on where we go this year. And we'll mix up next year. So keep an eye on your email. Hopefully we can get together sometime in February, March.
Is there a directory of all the municipalities like? Where you have every commissioner's name and when they have their meetings and who their engineer is, and you put all that down.
Yeah. So I can make sure it's all up to date. It probably changed a little bit over the, from last year to this year. But that's also something we put in our packet for our dinner.
Yes.
So that's what I use as my
Nice to
baseline.
see that at the dinner.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I can update it if there's anything that needs updated.
To see that.
And I'll send it out to the group.
If you have, whatever you have, I never saw it.
Sure.
I mean, the municipalities have to update that every January or February, so the state has it. You don't necessarily have to put it together. You update every, all personnel.
Is that online somewhere?
Probably, I've never seen it,
Yeah.
but I mean, I input the information, so does
Yeah.
everybody else, so. And they put money on the line if you don't do it.
Right.
You you have
Gotta get
to
a
do it.
Hold your pen, liquid fuel money.
I think it's liquid fuel,
Oh,
so
significant.
people do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can put that,
It's like municipal statistics that we go, I'm sure they have. A database.
Okay. Any other old business? Anybody would like to bring up? Okay. Moving on to concerns by delegates. So can we do that by
Sure.
roll call?
Art, anything in Aleppo?
No, I think we're in pretty good shape. We're in very good shape, as a matter of fact.
Roberta, anything in Avalon? We'll come back to Roberta.
I'm sorry, Patrick, I'm
problem.
always having technical difficulties here in my little land. No, I guess I could have saved my waste management stuff for now. The mapping GIS thing you were talking about earlier, is that open to the public as well? And will we
Yeah.
get will we be able to like have a copy of the maps? I think that sounds really cool.
Oh, for sure. What I'll do is I'll share the screen now, just so everyone kind of gets an idea of what I'm talking about here. Yeah, the link can definitely be made available for any municipality that wants to put it on their websites. I would love that. We also
Okay.
have our zoning map too, we put together, and hopefully everyone has a copy of that. Here, let me stop the share right now, and then I'll pull it back up. Let's see here. Services. So anyone that wanted to just see it right away, if you go to our website, underneath services and cogwide GIS, takes up the whole page here. We have a couple different maps. First one that we put together,
Yeah,
Sure. What you're here is the road ownership map. So one of the things that we're going to change about it, because I already got some,
each of us will take one.
but it hides the map, so it's hard to tell. No one's able to see it. So let me,
Yeah, then we're gonna, right after it gets anonymous, we're gonna jump out.
so here's the map. Sort of uses the same layers as our zoning map. Every township or borough is a different color. And you can obviously see here, there's a lot of different strands. Those are all roads. So Sewickley Heights is a really good example of how many different roads are in one municipality, right? So we got a legend here, tells you if it's county road, state road, municipal road, or a private road. So you should be able to just type in an address up here, takes you to that road where you can see what it is. So every town's different. It's very unique. It's a really interesting map to take a look at if you have some free time. Or like a borough like Sewickley, 99% of the roads are all municipally owned. Changes when you cross the border here. At Edgeworth, same thing. Most of them are municipal owned, a couple of private streets. But yeah, we're happy with what we put together so far. But obviously we'll find the bugs in it as it's used. So we want people to use it. Anytime you see a road that's maybe labeled the wrong way or something that's missing, send me an email.
Structures on it.
No,
Yeah.
just roads. So yeah, we're excited to see where it goes. Again, we hope everyone can use it. And that's where we're going to find the bugs and figure out how to make it even better once it's being used. So if your municipalities are interested, I could definitely send them the embed code where they can take this map and actually embed it in your websites. The map itself, I mean, it's going to be a little confusing, so I'll definitely preface it with a little header on what it is. If they're interested in doing that, they can just copy ours, basically summarizes what its purpose is in 2 to 3 sentences. But yeah, we're excited.
Did you fill in the roads on Lapo?
Yeah, so Art and I met last week, and he actually pointed out a couple roads himself, and we were able to fix that up. So
That's very useful.
okay, Dan, anything in Bellevue?
No, everything right now in Bellevue is moving forward as best it can. So no concerns right now. Thank you.
And just to let everyone know, Dan's going to be our new primary delegate for Bellevue Borough, Dan McKelvey. So excited to have you aboard.
Thank you.
He was our alternate last year, so he's
Yeah.
not brand new to the
Yeah,
board.
I remember.
So Tavia, anything in Ben Abenborough?
No, we don't have anything this month. Thank you.
Barbara, anything in Glen Osborne?
Glenn Osborne is in the process of sewage renegotiation. And essentially that's where we are and what we're doing.
Right on. Amanda, anything in Hayesville?
No, we're doing good right now. Thank you.
Great. John Sebastian, anything in Killbuck?
Yeah, we hired a new manager and we're going to transition over the next few months. Harry's still around. He's going to be The plan is for Harry to help this new person. His name is Andrew Wright, and we're going to transition over. In the summer, it's going to be final. So that's the current plan.
Great. And just to let you know, John Sebastian, we're gonna present Harry with his honorary proclamation that we approved last month at our managers meeting this month. So hopefully he's able to make it. I'd love to see Andrew there as well. I'll send Harry an email and ask if Andrew can make it as well. And
This
have
is
a lunch
fantastic.
for him and, make sure everyone sends him off. But I know that you said he'll be around, but I want to make sure everyone's able to say goodbye before he heads off to greener pastures.
Oh, it's a great idea. Thank you.
All right. Who's next? Marty, what's new in Lead?
I reported last month that, about the Quaker Valley High School project, which is a big concern for this end of the valley. And it was, went to court, and the court ruled in favor of the school district. And they have notified the township that they're going to start making application, even though this has been appealed to the Commonwealth Court. They're moving along at their own risk, apparently, to get going on.
That's what it sounded like in the newspaper.
Right. So that would be, presenting a land development application to the planning committee,
So Marty, the entranceway to the school is in Bell Acres or
No,
no? It's
It's
Lee
in-
Township.
the entrance point,
Mhm.
well, the plans show, at least the conceptual plans we have show two, I don't know if it's an in or an outer, but two access points, lower camp meeting, lower on camp meeting and upper on camp meeting. And then the big part of that court case was they were denied because there was no other access other than Camp Meeting Road zoning board. Which they were overturned by the judge, said, we want for emergency access only, we want some other access point, not the Camp Meeting Road. What if Camp Meeting Road is shut down? What if the trees are down? Or what if, and then they got into the whole active shooter discussion about there ought to be another way out. And the school district, they said there's really no,
Yeah.
people, there has to be that. And I go, well, I guess it should be an ordinance because
Yeah.
that's the whole trouble with things, so.
Yeah.
I guess, or the State Department of Education, they make them have an emergency access plan, but it really doesn't say you need an emergency access road. A way to get out the back
Mhm.
door or something. But the school district has said, at least publicly, they're working on it. I don't know where that's gonna be, where it's outletting it, if it's Little Swiftly Creek Road, if it's down through Leesdale or some way, I don't know where this is gonna be. Bell Acres, I don't know where. There's grade problems there, it's very steep, everything's steep there. Talking about getting fire trucks up there, it's probably gonna have to be.
Yeah, I like to say that this area is geographically challenged.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
We will have our plate full on this whole thing. Thank you.
Julie, what's new in Sewickley?
Well, one thing first I wanted to say about Bellevue, I noticed, Dan, I noticed Bellevue's been in the news lately with that man named Otto.
Yeah.
And that movie that was filmed in Bellevue, and it brought this bakery back to life, like, yeah, and
Yeah.
that bakery, it was amazing. It was like the bakery just was in disrepair, but the movie people went in and said they wanted to renovate it, and they did this really cool retro renovation in a
Right.
3-week time period where they retiled and put in new floors, and they put the old sign back up on the front of the business. And it's getting a ton of buzz on social media, like people are like flocking to that bakery.
Nice,
So
nice.
I thought that was really cool.
So,
Yeah, yeah. I think it's called Stangles.
yeah.
Yeah,
Years ago.
yeah. It looked really, it looked cool. So I wanted to say that was just neat to see. And then in terms of Swickley, I just wanted to say that like, I think there are gonna be several reps from Swickley going to the ALOM conference in April, which is in Seven Springs. And I know Patrick went to that last year. I went and a couple other people from Swickley, and it was great. It was really great for networking, just to meet other people from Allegheny County or see they had a panel of elected officials from the county and state that were there to answer questions, and you could just get a feel for what was happening like in the wider world. And so I just wanted to put that out there if anybody's interested in checking that out. It was, I thought it was a good experience.
Yeah, they have classes all day.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday sessions are usually more educational based and Sundays are closed down. Usually what I'll do is I'll go up Friday, stay over Friday, go to the class Saturday, then drive home. So it's a great event. You know, obviously it's big networking. You're gonna see a lot of people and a lot of different organizations, municipalities. You know, hear what's going on new across the state and across the county. So it's a great event.
Are there new businesses coming into Swickley? Now?
I mean, I just heard of a couple businesses going out.
Yeah, me too.
What is it with the pizza Roma? What's happening there?
Pizza Roma was sold to someone who just got a building permit to like put some hardy board on the side.
Yeah.
I think that the new owner is planning to rent it out, and I'm not sure what the business
They're
would
just
be.
trying to get the exterior done. Figure out what to do with it.
I had heard that maybe it would be like a specialty grocery,
Hmm.
but then I also heard that they might put the specialty grocery somewhere else in town. So,
Yeah, I don't.
I'm
think
not
she
sure.
knows what she's
Okay.
going to do it this time. She was asking for it
oh,
several months
Is
ago.
that designer or what?
that's what I had heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nate, anything in Swickley Heights?
Quiet. It's nice. Yeah.
Good job.
yeah.
All quiet on the western front. All right, well, that's all we have from anyone, final words, anyone on Zoom?
Okay, I'll take
Nope.
a motion to adjourn. Oh, Johnson. No. Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Is there a
Second.
And second, all those in favor, signify by saying
Aye.
aye.
Bye.
And thank you all.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank
Great
you.
turnout
See you
today.
next month.
Let's keep it going next month. We'll see you.
5 minutes.
It's like